Well, I'm all ready to load, but we're having a bunch of issues. So this is a cat in Ohio. So issue number one, the machine is washed, right? And over there, like this is concrete, right? It's all clean, but over there it's all dirt. And the guy says, why don't you just do it like this? Park your trailer on the edge of the concrete, so this way we don't have to rewash the machine. And I said good. And so I blocked my rear axles and I came like this. That's the entrance over there. I came like this and then just backed because I couldn't make that corner. And of course, guess what? As soon as I backed in there, I got stuck. Like, it doesn't look like much, but like I always say, these highway trucks, they're useless. I got stuck. So they had to grab that forklift, and I had put 3 chains on the front. It's always useful to have that pin, have that pin. And the guy pulled me out. So now I'm all ready. I'm gonna use the boards this time because it's like 11.4. So the middle of the track will be right here, which technically it's okay, but everything is slippery. So I decided to use the boards. And so I have no air. I took all air out because there's a big hole in here, and somehow not sure yet how I'm gonna be getting out because this is too sharp of a turn. But I know when I'm loaded I can back a little bit before that thing starts folding. Like, the tandem booster doesn't go sideways as quickly as a 3+1. So I know I have like 5-6 feet I can go before it starts doing that, because I cannot block it, because then I have to release the air, and then all the weight will be on the tandem, and this thing is like 82,000 pounds, right? So that was issue number one, resolved. Issue number two, they were waiting for the certificate of origin, original, and it was sent to a guy here, and I go check with them. They says no, we don't have it. I call my customer, so what's the heck? And he says, oh, it's because of the snowstorm. Because yeah, yesterday was snowing pretty bad. And so here's a monster, 349. So 49 tons, and this is mine. See, it's all clean. They washed it. Very good. So just this one has a wider tracks than the one I had before. So 336 FL. And I see this one has tie downs over here, tie downs over there. It's all good. Yes, sir? Yeah, I'm just doing a quick YouTube video. Oh, you're all right. Yeah. And it has a narrow bucket. See, a narrow bucket. I think it's quick disconnect. But yeah, I'm taking it with the bucket. And so they were waiting. Oh, check this out. You see, that's what they do with these big machines. They take off the counterweight, because that makes it like 20,000 pounds lighter. And so the issue with the certificate of origin, they said it should have been here yesterday, but because of the snowstorm, now it's coming around lunchtime. And they give me an email copy, but I said that's not enough. I need the original. So the original is coming. I cannot leave until I have the original. So that's problem number two. Solution is in progress, right? We just need to wait, but hopefully by the time they finish, I finish loading and chaining. I already have my signs and flags on. They should get it, because it's somewhere in Memphis. The guy tells me, my customer says, they sent it to the main office in Memphis. I'm like, I hope not Memphis, Tennessee, because we're near Columbus, not too far from Columbus, Ohio. So hopefully, yeah, it'll be resolved. And issue number 3, they say we cannot log in. Like, you know, they don't tell you the details. Like the guy says, we need to do the inspection before we load the machine, and we cannot log in. I'm like, log in where? He said, well, we have this tablet, we have to log in. And I thought they were talking about the computer on the machine itself, right? Like my truck has its own Wi-Fi, so I thought, you know, maybe the machine has Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, whatever, and they have to hook it up. He says, no, they have to log in to a website of the owner of this machine, because, you know, this is just a CAT facility, right? But the owner is a construction company, and he says they have to go to the website of that construction company and enter some, you know, enter the password in order to log in. So that's what he was talking about, log in basically to that customer website, because they need to do some final checks and stuff like that through the website. I don't know, confirm probably hours, take pictures of the machine, and probably before they release it, they have to email them pictures, you know, stuff like that. So anyway, he says they gave us a password. That password is not working, so now they were waiting for the updated password. And like I always say, right, and you know, it's true, like loading and driving takes always less time than all these bureaucratic, you know, barriers, and especially paperwork. You see, like that's my that's what it looks like, right? The certificate of origin, but I need the original. That's just an email. Sometimes it works, but chances are I show up at the border and the guy will say, where's the original? So they did wash it, and I'm very happy about that. So because I'm sick and tired of, you know, dealing with the dirt myself, and then I'm all covered in dirt. Like I just washed this jacket because it was all covered in mud after my previous trip. And what we're looking for, it's a big yellow machine with a stick and an arm, you know, and has tracks. It's called a CAT. You can't miss it. That's a lot of weight. That's not good. Yeah, usually I need like position 4. Oh wow. Oh yeah, because there's no pressure. Yeah, there's no air. I forgot, and because that's way too low. Yeah, I took all the air out, you know, to prevent any unpleasantness during loading. You see how it's all like this? Oh, but over here all the valves are pushed in. All right. And then when we're finished, I just need to increase this to position 8. I think like this. Hold on, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? I cannot see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Yeah, it's going up slowly. Now I just need to play with this bucket. Done with the PTO, so now we can raise the suspension. And you see, I cannot make this turn. I will still have to back. See, the truck is not moving with the brakes. And so I used up all my 6x6, whatever, differential lock, and I still got stuck. And of course that's like, I need to clean these windows, but I know what I'll do. I got a brush and there's a bunch of lots of snow, Let me just warm up a little bit here. I'm just looking at the gauge here, because of course the air is low. Because yeah, the pusher is still up, I think. No, actually, oh, I see the pressure increasing in the pusher. But while we're all doing that, maybe I should go and because I didn't have that timber, right? And that's why I couldn't put the bucket down properly. I needed to hook up to take the timber out. Yeah, let it charge, you know. It's gonna charge the system. So here we have 3 fingers, here we have 4. Okay. So I should go real slow to the right. Oh wow, check this out. I never saw such a clean excavator. Unless it's brand new. Come on. Nice. Nice touch. So the best part of my job is that I can play with these amazing machines. And still can go a little bit this way. Yep. Just a little bit more. Yeah, we got it a bit too close to the trailer this time. Looks good. Oh, and it went between the two. That's what I want. All right, shut it down. DEF purge active. Do not disconnect battery power while DEF purge active. So these things, they put these emissions stuff into everything. Alright, so now we just need to, I see that antenna is pretty tall. Oh, you see, now it's good. Now I can shut the truck down. That looks good. I'm still here. Where did I put the... Okay, wait. While I still remember. Okay, see, I cannot see anything when I'm backing. Yeah, this is called, this white stuff, I'm not sure what it is. This is some kind of chemical. We had lots of it here yesterday night. I think I think it's made out of water. All right, let's go take care of the business on the top. Okay, here everything is connected. The chain is in on the ramp. Sometimes I forget them and then they drag on the road. Oh, see, everything is inflated over there. Disconnected. Yeah, I just checked with the office, see if they received my package, because my customer sent me a text message with a picture of, you know how you can check the status of the shipment, right, on the FedEx or UPS website, where it says scheduled delivery, and it says here Tuesday by 10:30 a.m. in transit on FedEx vehicle for delivery. So now it's 12:16. Come on, FedEx, you can do it. Alright, just send a message to the customer. Living shipper. Send him a couple of pictures. The FedEx truck just showed up probably 20 to 2. Now it's 8 minutes to 2. And as I was trying to turn from there, I asked the guy to leave, to move I asked the guy to move a forklift, because otherwise I couldn't have made it. So he moved the forklift and he's waiting for me, and I tried to leave. I can't. I came too close to the edge again of the pavement, and you know, it's melting now. It's melting, but it's still very easy to get stuck, you know. And this is a pretty big dealer. These guys have a bunch of machinery here. Alright, so of course my GPS wants me to go that way. That's where I came from. We're not going that way. How long it'll take him to recalculate.
Continue on East Pike for 2 kilometers.
Found it. And there should be a gas station right there at the turn. So I'd love to have one more coffee, because I only had one coffee in the morning at the McDonald's. What a stupid setup, you know. McDonald's, the drive-through opens at 5 o'clock. The dining room opens at 7. And I leave the truck, it was like 10 to 7. And I see there's a lineup of cars, and there's one guy, one trucker, is just walking between cars. And I'm thinking, not sure what's wrong with this guy, you know, like, the McDonald's is open, so why don't you order inside, right? And so I go to the door. I try to open the door, it's locked. So that guy was doing the right thing. And I look at the hours, it says drive-through 5 o'clock, dining room 7. And so I lined up for that in front of that speaker, and I, hello, you know, where you order. She's not answering. And there's a guy behind me in the car, in the pickup truck, and we're standing there, nothing's happening, right? I went to the second lane, because there was 2 lanes. I went to the second lane, where I just saw the guy left after placing the order. And again, I'm standing there for 5 minutes, and I'm, hey, hello. No, she cannot hear me. And I'm doing this over here at this lane. The guy who was behind me is already ordering. You know, and I'm like, hey buddy, I said, why was she not talking to me, you know? And he says, he says, what are you doing here? Just go to, okay, 93, I think this is what I want. He says, go to the window.
Take the next right onto Adamsville Road, Pleasant Grove Road.
Son of a gun, so I want to go in here. But there's nowhere to stop. If I go in there, I won't be able to get out. Alright, we better wait. Oh, perfect. Now it's red. God, this thing feels heavy. That bucket probably has double bottom, you know, like with a secret compartment. Oh, check this out. There's BP and there's something that looks like I'm pretty sure they have coffee over there. Oh, emergency stopping. Perfect. This is an emergency. All right, hold on. Let me just go grab coffee. I'll be right back. All right, I got some protein bar with not too much protein, but at least some nuts. And I got some coffee. Well, the main goal today is to go around Columbus without getting a ticket. Because they have these guys over there, kind of like a truck team. You know, they have truck teams, they call them. In Massachusetts. Now these guys are sitting around Columbus using every excuse to give you a ticket. And then when you call them to pay the ticket, they tell you with pride that they are the busiest court in the country. Like, so why are you so happy? You know, maybe it's not such a good thing that says that you guys are doing something with too much zeal, you know? You're too zealous. At least this time I don't have too many detours, but they always add miles in Ohio, you know, and I got a theory about that as well. They charge you by the mile, right? When you pay for the permit, the cost of permit is based on your miles and how heavy you are. So I'm absolutely not convinced that the route they choose is based on actual restrictions, you know? They just send you like this. I'm just imagining there's like two chicks talking in the coffee room. All right, so how many miles shall we add to this guy? 200? And the other one, the older woman, says, no, that'll stick out, you know, they'll catch us. Just add 50. Just be gentle. Just add 50 miles, extra $100. Nobody's gonna notice. right? So how do I know? They say me like this every time. I'm not that wide. I'm not that heavy. I don't see any construction. The roads are shit. So why am I going in circles? That's why. All right, and from here it's 72 kilometers, so 45 miles to the bypass around the money-grabbing city of Columbus. Now, I did a video yesterday, just, you know, typical short, 1 hour long, not too much. And I shut down at this McDonald's, and I know I have lots of data on my of data on my Verizon. Yeah, the guy was just jumping on without looking. Of course, he has a yield sign, but he has a very short ramp. And so Verizon, I know I have lots of high-speed data because I was in Canada. I used maybe, I don't know, 5 megabytes. And so I tried to upload the video using Verizon phone as a hotspot, and the percentage slider is barely moving. It says 0% uploaded, and it stays like that for like 10 minutes, then 1%, and then it says basically estimated time to finish is like 2 hours. I'm like, what's going on? That's another scam, you know? They cut your speed. Alright, what do we have here? Some kind of a small shell. And so I wasn't able to do it. But now, as I was waiting for that FedEx guy to show up, I moved the file for this yesterday's video into my into the phone, and now it's uploading by itself straight to YouTube from the phone. So hopefully I don't lose the signal while I'm driving. But I'm gonna stop in about an hour to check my chains, and then I'll check on that thing. And it's already 2:15. If I reach I-75 today, that will be an accomplishment. this thing is gonna shut down soon. I finally figured out why. It's because when I bought this Hero 8, it came with a spare battery and an SD card. And I did not check the capacity of the card, but it's probably around somewhere like 8 gigabytes. And so that's when the camera stops. You know, it stopped a few times before. Not because I thought I had a, you know, battery, like a flat battery. No. It's because it uses up the SD card. And I try to check if I have a separate one. And I don't. I only have these micro SD cards on the other session 5, but I don't want to take it out of there because I'm using them, right? So when I come back to Canada, I'm gonna go to Best Buy and Walmart and buy like a 32 or 64 gigabyte a micro SD card. And I wanted to charge my customer detention because at one point he sends me the tracking number of this FedEx envelope, and it says delivery February 2nd by end of the day. And so I called the guy, I said, hey, if I have to sit here a whole day, you know, I'd have to charge you something because it's not my fault. And of course, it's not his fault either because the FedEx delayed. It was supposed to be here yesterday, but they say because of the snowstorm. But who knows? But I'm sitting on my butt. I'm ready to go. I cannot leave because I need this document. And then the guy showed up in the next 15 minutes. So I sent the message to my customer. I said, I got the envelope, leaving now, no detention charge. I still wasted, I don't know, maybe 2 hours while waiting for this envelope, and then while they were trying to get that new password for that website, they needed to check basically the owner of the machine. They had to log on, do something there, and the password they got did not work, so they had to wait for a new password, that's clearly a shipper's problem, right? They should have done it yesterday. They knew I was coming, I hope. Oh, and the temperature now is 0, which is 32 F, 273 Kelvin. By the way, in case somebody does not know, Kelvin is used in US. It's not common for use when you're talking about the weather. Kelvin is but you can use it for anything. It's just 0C or 32F is 273 Kelvin. But what it's mostly used for, it's used in photography for color temperature. There's such a thing as the temperature of the color, and you can, if you choose your, it's called white balance, you can do it, you can set it to automatic, or you can use manual mode, and then one of the manual modes is you can set the temperature, if you know, directly in Kelvin. Like something like this is probably somewhere around like 6,000 Kelvin. And then when you change the temperature, it affects the colors. You know, they become more blue or more reddish or stuff like that, or darker, you know. So it is an American system. It's just that very few people know about this unless you do photography professionally. And so for me it was just, I was just making fun, because I got tired of constantly changing my temperature that I'm using, Celsius, to Fahrenheit. Like, we don't use Fahrenheit in Canada unless you, like, you know, grew up in 50s or 60s or something like that, but it's all Celsius. You start the TV, the super cute lady talking about the weather, she uses Celsius. And nobody, by the way, nobody says Celsius. They just say, okay, and tomorrow we're looking at plus 25, and next day after that it's going to be minus 10. Typical Canadian weather. Kind of like what you American guys do with Fahrenheit, right? Nobody says Fahrenheit. You just say, oh, it's 90 degrees today. So you know that it's Fahrenheit because you're in the States. And the States is probably the last country in the world that still uses Fahrenheit. But that's cool. You know? Your village has its own special customs. Like my village has its own customs, Canadian village. Shoot. I forgot to turn on the cruise control. Too late now. Yeah, I'm gonna stop and check all my tie downs when I exit from 270. 270 to 33, there should be some kind of a ramp. I'm gonna stop there, make sure everything is tight. First off, you're supposed to do it right within 50 miles or 1 hour after leaving the shipper, and secondly, like I said, Columbus is just lousy with cops, and the first thing they do when they walk around, they pull your chains, make sure they're tight. So we're gonna run, just don't mind me, I'll keep talking, just know that the camera can stop abruptly, okay? Because of the not enough space on the SD card. Oh wow, and it says like the destination I programmed into this is the junction between 33 and 68. So I'm going, so I-70, then 270, and then from 270 bypass I take 33, and I follow 33 till I reach US 68, which goes north. And right there I found a business on Google Maps, some kind of a welding place. I just clicked on that as if that's my destination, so I know when to turn on 68, so I don't miss that turn. And from here it's 100 miles, 161 kilometers, and it says I'll be there at 3:52 p.m. 3:52. So let's say 4 o'clock. And the sunset is at 5:30. So now it's a rush against time. Captain Sergei versus the sunset. And the second load is still a go. So like I mentioned, as soon as I deliver this, I grab my Jeep and I head over to Wisconsin for loading Monday, February 8th.